Hey guys, my name is Simpzy, how you all doing? Welcome back to some more FIFA 22 Creator Club Career Mode. We're starting Season 2, Episode 1, playing as Simpzy FC. Alrighty, let's get stuck into a brand new season. Season 2, we've only got £15 million in the bank, although finishing in 7th last season. We will have Europa Conference football this season. Our first opportunity in Europe. We have Juan Mata, Jesse Lingard, and Chicharito joining for free on pre-contracts as well. And we're going to edit the away kit. So the objective for Season 2 is to try and make top 5. I want to get that Europa League spot, ideally, and go far in the Conference League. Okay, so we'll go and edit the club. I think we'll keep the badge and the home kit. I'm quite happy with that. But I think every single season we should change up the away kit. The stadium I'm quite happy with. Although we've made the Conference League, I don't think I want to change the size of the stadium until we get to the Champions League. So maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 seasons away we'll do that. Okay, so let's have a look at the away kit and just sort of change up the colours. You know what? I actually kind of like the purple. There's not too many teams that have it. Perth Glory in Australia. Fiorentina. Is it Miami? Have a purple kit. But I'm a big fan of Fiorentina's kit. So we'll go with a purple and yellow for this season. And I could change up the home kit, but maybe the red. Nah, I think... Oh, I actually like that. The darker, like tie-dyed, the brown doesn't look good. Nah, look, you know what? This will be the kit. We'll make this the home kit. I want to try and win the Champions League or the Premier League in this kit. So we'll continue with the black and red, although that doesn't look too bad. I feel like that looks good for me on my 4K monitor, but I don't know if it would look good compressed down to the YouTube video. Like, I think this red sort of really pops, you know. So I think that's what we'll leave it. We'll still play at the Den, and we'll go with a purple kit for Season 2. And then we might play like a blue next season. I could change out the badge. Nah, I think the red is definitely the best one. But yes, shame there's still no Wolves we could find for Simpzy FC, Simp FC, the Wolves. That's what we're nickname. So we'll keep it like that for Season 2. Alrighty, so the transfer budget has been slightly increased. And as I said, we've got 3 pre-contract arrivals joining. Okay, so let's have a look at the team. This is without the signings being brought in. So, Jesse Lingard did his ACL, unfortunately. He's out for 4 months. We actually injured him last season in a match against us, which is insane. So he's going to be out for a couple months in the season, so we're not going to be able to use him. 79 rated. Hopefully he doesn't become injury prone and probably can't sell him on. Hernandez has got Mexican international duty, but Chicharito is back in the Premier League. Hopefully he can have a better run than he did at West Ham. That was his last sort of stint. So Lingard is our highest rated player, followed by Hernandez and Juan Mata, even though all 3 players are aging. So hopefully we've brought in a bit of experience to help us in Europe. Hernandez hopefully can sort of take Hutton under his wing. You know what I mean? Give him some striker sort of tutelage, let's say. Okay, so I'm just going to double check because I want to keep an eye on this. Yep, so Zlatan Ibrahimovic has retired. So his regen is currently in Serie A because, yeah, there is no Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Now, I did take a screenshot last year to sort of see his regen, just in case there was a similar player to him. So we'll go the Italian League, and we'll go to Sweden, of course. So where is Zlatan's regen? It must be him, Samuel Manson. Plays for Atalanta, so we'll add him to the short list. Maybe we can bring him in. Okay, so I'm nearly tempted to change up the team to a 4-1-2-1-2 this season. So our players have gone up to about a 75 average rating. Even more for some of them. So this is the team I'm going to be playing this season. 4-1-2-1-2. Chicharito, Hutton, Wolf at the cam, Juan Mata, Barnett in the DM, Moraes in the left, Hickey can play right back, Bradley can play left back, Cunningham, Anselmi, and Rodriguez in goal. Lingard is out for now. We've got Lambert on the bench. So it's going to be curious to see if we can sell any of these players. I'm not going to really transfer list any of our more valuable rated players, but I'm interested in offers for everyone. So Lingard is my most valued player at 15 million. Hickey's worth 11 mil. Hutton's worth 9. Wolf 9. Juan Mata 5. And Hernandez. So what are the objectives for Season 2? I know my objectives. So youth team, keep 12 clean sheets in the league. That's crazy. Unless we get a new goalkeeper. They want me to reach the quarterfinals of the Conference League. And they want us to finish mid-table. Top 5 is what I want to try and do. And I'd like to go far in the Conference League. Depending on how this team plays this season, we could make the final. Okay, so I've gone out and shortlisted a bunch of goalkeepers. From ones that are older, that are higher rated, and some that are sort of expiring in their contracts. There's a bunch of players here that we could go for. But the player I've identified that I'd like to go for first is this bloke here, Florian Müller from Stuttgart. He's 24 years of age. He looks alright. Got a pretty decent potential, about 85 at max. But in FIFA 22, obviously dynamic potential is a thing. So if we play him for the next 4-5 seasons, he might be able to just rocket up in stats. So I'm nearly tempted to put all my money into Müller because the goalkeeping department last year is probably where we were weakest, to be honest. So how much would it cost for us to get a player like Müller? £14 million is a bargain. 22. Because you never know. You could sell this bloke to like a Bayern or a Liverpool in like a couple seasons for 50 to 100 mil. So maybe we have to do a player plus cash deal. It just depends because we're really strapped for cash. We started off with 10 million last year. We've made European football. How are we still only operating with like 15 million pounds? I could bring in Francisco Moraes. He was actually pretty decent for me last year. The Brazilian's quite quick, but he's 30 plus years of age, and we're probably not going to be able to get a player like Müller in if we don't do this. 22. Okay. It's quite tough, even with a £10 million sell-on clause. Lucano, maybe. I quite like my defensive pairing, but maybe he's someone we have to move on as well. How about £50 million for Lucano, who's 32 now? He's probably turning 33, actually. Okay, so they're going to have to take some time to think about it. So I hope this deal goes through, but we might have just annoyed Stuttgart too much, unfortunately. Okay, so we've got the friendlies coming up. A 0-0 draw. Okay. So they've come back and they still want to negotiate. Oh, they've actually accepted. Okay, so we just need to get the contract done then for Müller. £15 million. So Lucano Salimi is going the other way. Oh, good. Florian Müller actually has a face. I'd love to get him on a 5-year deal because that would really secure his evaluation for us. So I guess we go for a £60 million wage. He's probably around about 50, wouldn't he be? You'd think. So now with that signing going through, that's all our budget for Season 2. 24 years of age, German international from Stuttgart, 78 rated. He comes in. That means we could potentially sell Rodgers or keep him as a backup. So this could potentially be the only signing, plus those free players, this season, unless we make some cash. So Wolf actually played all right in that 0-0, apparently. So the first German of the career series is Florian Müller, 6'3". Looks all right. Hopefully he's not the next sort of Loris Karius and plays decent for us in the league. So unfortunately, Lucino Anselmi, 32, has left 75 overall. Oh. Okay. Sassuolo have launched a £11 million bid for Wolf. I like Wolf a lot, but we spent £4-5 million on him. If we could get 20, I would nearly sell him. I love him as a footballer. He scored so many goals for me. But for 4 times his evaluation, we could get another 4 more Wolves, basically. 4 more Wolf Pups. Would you accept 18 Sassuolo? 16.8. He does have a percentage sell-on clause. It's not much, though. It's only like between 10 and 15, I think. So it wouldn't factor in too much. 17 million. Okay, so maybe Wolf, after 1 season in the Premier League, might be going to Italy for 17.4. Yeah, because at the end of the day, if we get huge offers in, at this stage in the career series, we will have to be a selling club. Okay, we've got a match here against Genk. 3-1. Is it Genk or Ghent? I guess it's Ghent. What's Genk? And yeah, Muller looks pretty decent in the kit. Oh, wow. So the first player we've sold of the career series is Wolf for £17.4 million. We've managed to get 11 from the board. So we've made a huge profit on him. But Wolf is now a Sassuolo player. Now, I could feel bad about this. This guy was our top assister last year, but you can't really do too much when a team like Sassuolo comes knocking. But at the end of the day, if we somehow get to a point where we've got 50, 80 million pounds, there's no reason why we can't bring a player like Wolf back. But also Jesse Lingard is going to be taking a lot of his game time and position this season. Okay, so we've received a £5 million bid for Lambert here. I quite like Lambert, but he's 28. He's going to be turning 29. We've got a match here against Freiburg in the Belgian friendly tournament. So we'll simulate this one because I have no interest of playing in the friendlies. Hutton picks up a goal in the 86th. So there's been a bit of a bidding war for Lambert. Werder Bremen coming with 7 mil. Semi-finals now. Gomez has joined Roma. Thurman has now left Borussia Mönchengladbach as well. But we might be able to get a bit of cash here in this friendly tournament if we're lucky. Nah, we're knocked out of in the finals. Okay, well, disappointing, but so be it. We might still get like £1 million or so. Oh, that was definitely winnable in the semis. Salzburg were only there. Okay, so the second player we're going to sell for this second season is Jerome Lambert. If he was probably 24-ish, 25, I probably would have kept him. But 28, 20, 29, didn't score too many goals for me last season. Okay. Muller hoping to improve, huh? So he hasn't had the best pre-season. Okay, so we could have a look potentially at the sides that got relegated last year. Brentford, Burnley, and Crystal Palace got relegated. So when teams get relegated, particularly in Football Manager, it sometimes can happen in FIFA. Teams are willing to sell their best quality players. So we'll have a look if we can try and steal anyone. So we probably should look for a centre-back now, I think. Even though we sold an attacking midfielder and a striker, I feel like our defence department needs a bit of a boost. I'm tempted to maybe go for someone like Stefan Poch, or maybe Godfrey, Sven Botman, Lee Normand. Okay, the first centre-back we're going to talk to is Christoph Asher. He's 6'6", from Brentford. He formerly played for Celtic, but he did get relegated with the Bees, so he might be open to a Premier League return. It's probably going to cost us quite a bit to bring him in, but he would be a perfect replacement. Doesn't have a crazy potential, only around about 82, 83, but that's not bad for a team where we are at the moment. He'd be good, definitely in the Conference League. They want £22 million for him. Francisco. 13 plus him, because we've got some aging players that we want to sort of capitalise on their potential, because some of these 30-year-olds have had a bit of a stat boost and a performance boost because they made the Conference League. Like, we're not going to be able to make our money back on them. We've just got to be a little bit ruthless. They want Patrick Cunningham. He's probably the player I want to pair with him. Still £20 million. Man, the transfer negotiations are quite strict. 15 plus Cunningham? I don't really want to let him go, but if it's the only way to get Asher in, I'm going to have to think about it. Okay. Alright, so basically the only way to get Asher in is to let Patrick Cunningham go, which is probably my first team centre-back. Like, we've lost my 2 centre-backs then. We're going to have to restructure the entire defence. 16 million plus him? Damn, that's the only player they were interested in. Okay, we'll try and bring Christoph in. We'll try and get the contract done. So, £30 million worth of players in for Season 2. Mostly net spend, which is probably what we're going to have to rely on, because we start off... I probably put the budget too low. I probably made it too hard for us, because we're not getting much money from season to season. Okay, so we offered Muller like 60. I guess Asher will offer like 40, because he was obviously recently relegated, so his contract would have gone down. So he's 77 overall, 24 years of age, £16 million, plus... my decent, probably best centre-back last year, Cunningham. But Asher, 6'6", has got some pretty decent pace about him as well. But he is Premier League proven. Unfortunately, he was relegated with Brentford. I probably wouldn't have gone for the Norwegian international. It says he's 6'5", but I believe in FIFA the max height is 6'6". So technically, he's taller than what that's saying. But pretty decent sprint speeds for someone who's that tall. So Patrick Cunningham, 28, has gone for Brentford. I'll shortlist all these players because we always bring them back. Elliot Lord, 25. That's a pretty decent bid for Verona. Oh, they want Sean Barnett. Oh, no. Porto want Hickey. How much would they offer me for Hickey? £3-4 million. So they've offered me a player. So it is sometimes worth negotiating for players. Francisco might be going to Basel because his release clause has been met. Okay, so we've negotiated with Porto and they're going to give us £21 million for Hickey. That's insane if that deal goes through. Oh, we've sold Hickey. We've sold all the players that got us to the Conference League. Wow. FC Porto want the 20-year-old for £21 million. We've made... yeah, we've 4 times our profit on him. He went up a +6 last season. That's what you have to do. Look, I'm happy to add to the shortlist Hickey and Wolf. We'll try and bring him back in the future because they are a part of this club. But what can you do when a team like Porto comes to a 7th place Premier League side? You've got to accept it. So now we've got £20 million. Okay, let's see what we can work with. I'm actually tempted to maybe get Stefan Poch because he can play right back if we need to, because Hickey was playing more right back for us. We've got Bradley there. But if we have a backline of Stefan Poch, a very underrated career mode player, in real life and in Football Manager, he's a little bit sort of rough around the edges. But honestly, I'm actually kind of surprised that no one has gone out and signed Hoffenheim's Stefan Poch. Like, no Premier League side is identified to bring him in. This guy is built for the Premier League. And I wouldn't be surprised within a couple of seasons he makes his way over here. So the Austrian international, 25 years of age, will be partnering with the Norwegian, hopefully, Asher. And I guess we'll play Ferry, the Italian, as our right back. We'll try and sign a 5-year deal for Poch. But as I have a connection to Austria, I'm an Australian, born in Australia, but I'm mostly Austrian. My grandfather was born there. So I like to try and bring as many Austrians to the club as I can. Austria, Australia, a little bit confusing. That I'm an Austrian-Australian, but whatever. Stefan Poch has joined the club. And that's another signing. So, yeah, it's like you sell Hickey and you can bring in a player like Stefan Poch, who is probably more equipped to Conference League football at a team like Hoffenheim. For £7.6 million, Stefan Poch has now joined Simpzy FC. He's joined the Wolves. Welcome to the den, boy. Okay, we could even go for someone like Jared Bogle as well, if we've got the money. He's worth £14 million. I've got so many players here, depending on prices. Roberto. Aarons has gone to Granada. Look, we'll try and get this deal done. Basically, with the Hickey money, we could get Stefan Poch and Bogle if we're lucky. So we'll launch a £13 million bid. Sheffield are still in the Championship, I believe. Actually, they could be in the Premier League. £20 million sell on, because we're probably not going to sell him anytime soon. How about 15 for Bogle? Or just under? They're probably going to have to go 15, eh? They want 6.6. We'll offer 15. They still want 16, man. They're trying to extort so much money out of me. 15.5. We'll try and get the deal done. So 22 years of age, English lad, Gerard Bogle. If we do get an offer for him in the future, because he's English, we'll be able to sell him at a premium. We'll try and get him on a crucial squad role. 5-year deal. Deny the release clause. Oh, but he only wants 26, so maybe I slightly paid for the others. 27 it's probably going to be in the end. But he wanted a pretty decent signing on fee. So Gerard Bogle is going to join the club. We have massively restructured our defence, basically due to selling Hickey, Lambert, and Wolf going forward. And we've strengthened those positions with free contracts. Hernandez, Chicharito in, Lambert out, Jay Ling's in, Jesse Lingard, and Wolf out. So we've signed Jaden Bogle. Going to set up some scouting networks as well. I think I might change it up this season. I went for, what was it, Ireland, Scotland, and Austria. We'll send one to Germany. And I guess we'll send one to... Maybe like Spain? Yeah. Let's do that. I'm happy with any for now, because we still just need players, just generally. Maybe like Argentina or something, yeah. Let's do that. Let's mix it up a bit. Oh, we're going to have to go 3 months there then. We don't have the money. Okay, so... yeah. Moraes has been sold to Genoa, so the deal in Switzerland fell through. Okay, so we've got a little bit of cash because of him. I'm really tempted to bring in a DM. Martel Phillips, plays for Lazio. Oniaki, he got relegated. Ferguson, Da Silva look alright. Oh, dude, Florian Grillitsch would be brilliant, but he's gone to Leeds. Someone like Schlupp might actually be underrated. He got relegated. Claude Maurice. I'm looking for just like a CM-DM. I'm going to have to think who I want. Okay, we're actually going to go for this bloke. He looks alright. Al Hassan Youssef from... was this Utrecht or whatever? Some Belgian side. Okay, so they might want him for like 4.5. Hasn't got a crazy potential. About 81, 80. There was a lot of other better players, but just for these limited funds, we might be able to sneak through a defensive midfielder through the door. Like, we can sell Moraes, who's like 30, and we can maybe get this guy called Yusuf, who's 22. Never used him in career mode. Never even heard of the Nigerian DM, Al Hassan Yusuf. But he seems alright stats-wise. Really high stamina, really high pace and physicality. He's not the tallest player, but he's not the smallest either, which sometimes can influence DMs. So for only a couple million, Yusuf hopefully can be joining the club. And this will be a tremendous transfer window if we can get the deal done. We've massively restructured our goalkeeping and defence and made a massive profit on our players that played brilliantly in Season 1. Traore, Hamed Junior Traore was a player we could have potentially signed from Sassuolo. They might have been open to the deal, but they wanted too much for him. So I've gone for this bloke here, Yusuf. £3.7 million, 22 years of age, 91 stamina. Look at that, crikey. He looks very decent. And now we got literally no money. Okay, so here is Simpzy FC, the Wolves for Season 2. So Hernandez, Hutton leading the line. Lingard is back from his injury. Barnett is the captain. Juan Mata, Yusuf in the DM. Bogle, Poch, Asher, Muller, and Bradley. So we've still got Hutton, we've still got Barnett, And we've still got Bradley from the first season, but we've upgraded in Season 2 now. We're going to play a little bit more expansive football, changing up the formation, going from a 4 to from a 5 to a 4 at the back. So hopefully we can score some more goals. We're probably going to concede a bit more, but now that we've got a higher rated goalkeeper, we should be able to withstand some of those crazy long shots. And Flore Müller, for now, is our top rated player. Lingard's gone down from that injury. Crikey. Christoph Asher, 77. Bogle, 76. So the average of the team now is about a 76, I'd say. So we started off as a 2.5-star team, and within 2 seasons, we've managed to go to 3.5, which isn't too bad. But Bournemouth have been promoted, and Sheffield United have been as well. Okay, so we've got Watford, Sheffield United, Newcastle in August, and then September is a bit tough. October as well, but not as hard as last season. We were 20th by the opening couple of fixtures. So Manchester United are the last year's champions, and Sevilla won the Champions League. Alright, so let's get stuck into the first match of the season, and we'll play against Watford. Oh, Vinicius Jr. has left Real to join Juventus. Diaby's joined Valencia, and Kulusevski has joined Barcelona. Who would have thought that? Alright, opening match of the season against Watford, who nearly got relegated last year, only by a couple of points. They managed to save face. We've got the first match of the season. We're going to be blooding all these signings. They're going to have their debuts. Jesse Lingard back from his injury. He's going to be playing at Cam for us. But we've re-strengthened. We've rebuilt the side. Ready for Season 2. Hernandez, Chicharito to Hutton, Lingard on the ball. First attempt for Simpzy FC. I don't know who Watford are playing in goal. They don't have Foster. Stefan Poch. Oh, I can't win the header. Hernandez. Oh, dude. Imagine if he backheaded that. Asher. Not too bad on the ball. Like I said, for being 6'6". Hopefully it's good delivery now going forward. Yusuf, drills it to Hutton, turns his man. Hutton, first opportunity, and it's a goal. I don't know who's in goal. I don't think he's very highly rated, never heard of him. But Yusuf, from defensive midfield, playing a little bit of a deep line playmaker position, whips it forward to Hutton. And if you haven't seen Harry Hutton in the first season, crikey, the dude scored 17 goals on his opening Premier League campaign. 18 years of age. Feels like a prime Lukaku, Van Persie, Greenwood with that left foot. 5-star week for 5-star skills. This guy could be the GOAT. Watford on the attack. Bogle comes out to collect. King. Oh, terrible back and forth. Juan Mata manages to pick it up and recycle the footy. Hernandez sends through Jesse Lingard. Jay Lings! Oh, makes it 2-0 just before the 71st minute there. Jesse Lingard scores on debut, back from his ACL injury. Probably shouldn't be sliding that on and wanting to rip your chest out, Jesse. But a great goal. He's going to get consistent, regular football here at Simpzy FC. Oh, great stuff there, Jay Lings. Hopefully, he can have an amazing season for us this year. Didn't play too much for United last year. That's why he didn't sign the contract, but he knew he'd get conference football and at least a top 5 finish attempt in the Prem. 2-0 we lead against Watford. Yusuf, Hutton, Lingard. Might be able to go for his second here. A little bit of skill moves. Hernandez turns his man. Chicharito! Javier Hernandez! Back in the Premier League. 33 years of age. Still got it. Oh my god, I'm so happy that my new signings are scoring. Javier Hernandez. A little bit slow. It kind of felt like rotating with him was like turning a truck. But he's still got the finishing acclimate by the look of it. But I feel bad for Watford. Like, who are they playing in goal? This guy is nowhere near to the rating of Foster. Dennis, Sissoko, good block. Adja. Watford go again here though. Oh! Hits the crossbar. So. Good tackle. Oh, good stuff, Muller. No! Oh, come on. We couldn't get the clean sheet. Watford make it 3-1. We just couldn't stand the Watford bombardment, eh? Ball spilled by Muller. Only as far as Poch and couldn't clear it. Yeah, palmed it right to him. And a huge delayed reaction there by Florian Muller. Undeservedly loses his clean sheet late in the 90th minute. João Pedro picks up his first goal of the season. And that's it. 3-1 on the opening fixture. I'll take that any day. That's a really, really good result. And I'm thoroughly enjoying my new signings. I'm getting used to the chemistry and how the team plays. A little bit slower from last season. But I can already tell the physicality, the experience, and the finishing of our boys are a bit better. Yeah, so they had this guy, Ivan, 74 rated. Yeah, no wonder they leaked so many. Diop left West Ham to join them. And that's pretty much it for the first match of the season. Alrighty. Lingard scores on debut. That's really quite awesome. Alright, well, unfortunately, guys, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching Season 2, Episode 1 of... my FIFA 22 Create a Club Career Mode, playing as Simpzy FC. Stay tuned for Season 2, Episode 2, coming out at the exact same time tomorrow, where hopefully we have some Europa Conference League football and continue to try and fight in the top half of the Premier League. I'd love to try and win a Europa League spot, ideally. I don't think this team is good enough quite yet for the Champions League, so going far in the Conference League and trying to get into the Europa League is probably the play for us in Season 3 as we look towards it. I don't know. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments, guys. Of course, feedback and suggestions. And I'm going to play the outro now. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you'd like to stay connected with me. Got to say a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members. Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tal, Liam B, Kyle P, Tom C, and Wyatt P. So thanks, guys. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. Goodbye.